So, the Cupcake Theory. What is this all about? Well, before we get into it, here's this. Yeah, not a doctor. Let's get into it. So let's get into some housekeeping, shall we? Get it over and done with. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're new around here and you haven't subscribed and you kind of like what I do around here, consider smashing that subscribe button down below. I'd love to have you join this crazy train, because you is now crazy, because you is now watching this mug on that screen. You're welcome. Glad to be of service. There are ways that you can support me. I have Buy Me a Coffee. I have a GoFundMe. Channel memberships, all the shebang. No obligation to do any of that. But if you can support me with a thumbs up, a comment down below to say hello, let me know how you are and all of that jazzola, I'd love to hear from you. So let's get into this week's video, shall we? So, let's start by recapping what I ate on my birthday. Okay, so when I woke up, I had my normal bulletproof coffee, and I do believe I had just some lettuce cups with some ham and mayonnaise in it. I didn't have anything for lunch other than what I had at the Tempest restaurant. I'll put some photographs up here because I do have a few of where I went, and it was beautiful, and there was a lot of seafood. I had prawns, I had lobster with a nice sort of light creamy sauce, tiniest bit of cheese on it, and it was warm. It was delicious, just so we know. I had Moreton Bay crab, which was kind of better than the crab. The crab was lovely but a bit bland. They had crumbed fish on there, but I didn't touch it, obviously, because crumbed. And they had chips on there, French fries. Again, didn't touch it because, like I said in my previous video, taters, not a good thing for a keto diet. And that was lunch, and it was a lot of it, and I had adequate sufficiency, and it was a delightful day, delightful afternoon with my husband. And then when I got home, the dinner was chicken tenders. Now, I will say this about the chicken tenders. My youngest son made those. And instead of actually putting them in like a bread crumb coat sort of thing, he actually he ground up some pork crackles for me and coated them in that. So that is what I had for my dinner. And after that, I had a portioned controlled cupcake as my birthday cake. And it occurred to me, although I did want to have something sweet for my birthday, I also was interested to see what would that do to my glucose level. And I also wanted to see what it would do to my ketosis. And given all of those things, I was mostly interested to see how my body reacted to the sugar. And I was also, I knew full well that it would kick me out of ketosis. But what I didn't know is how long would it take for me, not everyone else, for me to get back into ketosis. And this is what this video is all about. Now, the reason why I've put a disclaimer at the beginning of this video to say, not a doctor, is that I have gathered up some information about, for those that maybe don't know, some information about ketosis and when you're out of it, what that reading is, when you're sort of in it, what that reading is, when you're really in it, and what that reading is, and some other little bits of information as well. I've also provided some information on glucose levels when you you know, want to keep an eye on those and what's ideal when you take them and all of that shebang. Like I said, not a doctor, and it is hoped that you won't take what I give you in terms of this information as absolute gospel. Okay, it is imperative that you do your own research. Okay, don't rely on content creators to give you the 100%. You know what I'm saying? You must do your own research. That is absolutely essential in any dietary lifestyle that you adopt. You have to do what works for you, and you have to do it within the confines of what your body can cope with. All right? And if that involves you going to a doctor and talking to them, then you do that. Okay? Don't sit there going, oh, well, you know, my one at Meat and Music said this, so this must be right. No. We don't play those games. Not here. So, without much further ado, let's cue the Cupcake Theory. So yes, as you can see, it took my body 48 hours to get back into ketosis. I literally, the only thing I had on my birthday that was that variable was the cupcake. Everything else was keto friendly. I stepped right back I didn't even deviate. Like, in the past, you could have something like that and go, oh, I'll just have another one. I'll just have another one. Just have another one. And the next thing you know, you're sort of diving into a carbohydrate sugar binge that just almost ends you. But I didn't do that because, you've got to find a way of navigating what you eat and whatever dietary lifestyle you actually adopt. I have found through very bitter experience what that looks like when you consistently deny your body what it's asking for. And that could range from, the vitamins and minerals that you get from your food, and up to and including those little treats every so often for your birthday where you have a portion control piece of cake. I quite realize that a lot of diabetics cannot do that. So, take what I say with a grain of salt. I'm sharing with you what I'm experiencing, okay? So that you can see what that looks like. Because, you do feel left out when you're on a diet, a dietary lifestyle. And, I can't have that because it's full of this, and this. And you're like, And, I spent a couple of years saying, oh, well, I'll just have a steak for my birthday. That can be my cake. You've got to, I wrote something down actually, which I think, here we go. You can't fix everything. Sometimes you have to find a way to live with the uncertainty. But if you can actually do that, knowing full well what you're up against, like I knew the cupcake would throw me out of ketosis, knew that for a fact. My comfort came from the experiment of finding how long it would take my body to get back into ketosis again. Turns out 48 hours. Some people it takes longer. Some people it takes less. But I wanted to do that based on what I'm currently eating. I wasn't prepared to lower the carbohydrates even more to push that ketosis harder. I wanted to do it in a more gentler fashion that works for me. So this means going forward, when Christmas comes, I have a couple of mince pies, knowing full well that it's going to kick me out of ketosis, but also knowing that it's going to take me about 48 hours for it to come back into play again. I've already thought about what I'm going to do for New Year's Eve, because around here we usually have dips, crackers, cheese, meats, like deli meats and stuff like that. I already know that I'm going to get a whole cauliflower and I'm going to cut that up into little florets and I'm going to make my own dip that is keto friendly. There'll be meats. I can have that. It just means I won't have crackers. Big deal. Big deal. As for alcohol, I don't really drink it anyway. I did so much of that when I was in my teens, night clubbing and all. But once I started driving, it all stopped. So I can live without it. Really can live without booze. And it's the biggest contribution towards sugar levels and all sorts of nasty things going. I don't want to go there. Some people do that, and that's fine. You do you, boo. I mean, it's entirely up to you what you do. So that is my cupcake theory. So I hope you enjoyed that. I may do it again when I do have the mince pies. Take a picture of it, do the bloods for 48 hours afterwards, and see how long it takes for my system to get back into the groove again, if that's something that you'd like me to do. I am also planning on doing cooking videos, but the kitchen's got to be bloody clean first, I'm just saying. I want to show you how I make my bulletproof coffee. And, when I do my little salad bowls and stuff like that, I want to show you how I do that and the amounts that I'm using. Because honestly, I have sent you a picture on my memberships community post tabs, and I've tried to give you a scale of the bowl is big. The bowl is big. And I am definitely for now, I am benefiting from the addition of the vegetables, be it the cauliflower, broccoli, or lettuce. I'm benefiting from it. I went driving today, and it is the first time I've gone driving since I don't know how long, where I've been putting my foot on the accelerator or on the brake, you know, when you drive an automatic, and I haven't had that shooting pain in my knees. It's like not there. I've noticed in the last 10 days that the pain in my knees is actually subsiding quite a bit. So I'm going to stick with this. Take this as the official, regardless of thumbnails or anything like that, take this as the official statement. I am now on a ketogenic lifestyle. Period. Okay? I mean, who doesn't want to see the journey and the results of what that's going to go and what that's going to do to my body? I mean, don't we just love a good experiment? Let me be the guinea pig. Hey, and you can watch. And I don't mind doing that. Not at all. I love sharing that part of my life with you guys. I really genuinely do. And I hope that you enjoy it. So, without much further ado, I'm going to let you get on with your weekend and enjoy it. I want you to be kind to those around you. Protect your peace. Don't take any crap. Come on now. Be good to those around you. You are loved. You are appreciated, and you are enough. Until Monday's weigh-in. See you then, folks. Mwah.